welcome to the deep dive. You know that feeling, that constant push to get more, achieve more, but finding that, well, true satisfaction still feels kind of out of reach.
Yeah, that treadmill feeling.
Exactly. Today, we're tackling that head on. We're diving into this really powerful devotional called Crave Jesus, Contentment Over Money.
Ah, okay.
And it uses some pretty startling wisdom from the Bible, from 1 Timothy chapter 6, verses 1 to 10 specifically.
Ancient text, modern problem.
Right. So our mission today is to sort of peel back the layers of what we think we crave versus what might lead to genuine contentment. It really cuts against the grain of modern life. Let's unpack this.
It's a fascinating invitation, isn't it? I mean, the devotional basically asks us to just stop for a second, take a breath, and ask, in this world screaming more, 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 what are we truly deeply craving? So this deep dive, it's not just about information. Hopefully it's about challenging, maybe even transforming how you think about wealth and, real satisfaction.
Okay, so let's get into the core warning. The devotional points to Paul writing to Timothy, this young leader, almost 2,000 years ago.
Yeah, a long time back.
And he gives this really powerful warning. The love of money can pull us away from faith and pierce us with pain. That imagery, pierced with pain, that really jumps out.
It's stark, yeah.
And then the key verse, 1 Timothy 6:10, spells it out even more clearly. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evils. It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the faith and pierced themselves with many pangs.
Wow. All kinds of evils. That sounds huge, almost overwhelming.
It does. But the devotional, as I read it, urges us to look closer. It's not quite as simple as money bad, right?
Yeah.
What's the absolutely critical distinction it makes?
That's exactly it. And this is, I think, the most important takeaway from that verse, the one the source really hammers home. Paul isn't saying money itself is the problem.
Okay.
It's not the dollars or pounds or euros. It's the craving for it, that consuming desire that can take over.
So the love of money, not money itself.
Precisely. The danger isn't having it. It's when the desire for it becomes your master. When it starts controlling your decisions, your values, maybe even without you realizing it.
Right, like a subtle shift.
Yeah, exactly. The devotional points out it can show up as that constant background anxiety, about not having enough, or maybe judging your own worth or others based on their bank balance. It makes you think, doesn't it? How easily does a tool become the thing that dictates everything?
It really does. And it's striking how much this ancient warning, well, it's home today. In our culture, success is so often tied to wealth, status, possessions.
Oh, absolutely. It's everywhere.
And the devotional makes it clear this isn't just theory. It gives really relatable examples of this love of money in action now. Like maybe chasing a high-paying job, even if it compromises your values or your calling.
Or maybe just constantly comparing your life to those curated lifestyles you see on social media.
Yeah, that curated perfection.
Yeah.
And feeling inadequate if you don't measure up financially.
But, okay, if someone feels caught in that cycle, measuring their self-worth by net worth, how does the source suggest they even start to, untangle that? What's the first step?
Well, the devotional connects these modern feelings directly back to Paul's warning about pangs. These aren't just abstract ideas. That anxiety when the market dips, that emptiness after getting the raise or the house that was supposed to make you happy, those are the pangs. The anxiety, the emptiness, maybe strained relationships, feeling disconnected from what truly matters. The source says, look, recognize these feelings as consequences, direct consequences of letting money or the craving for it take the driver's seat.
So it's about connecting the dots between the craving and the pain.
Exactly. The bottom line is stark. Don't let money be your master. Choose a different master.
Okay, so if the love of money leads to these pangs, what's the alternative? Because Paul offers one, right? He doesn't just warn. He says godliness with contentment is great gain. Yes, 1 Timothy 6:6. A powerful countercultural idea.
Definitely. It points towards a completely different kind of wealth. Not about possessions. The devotional says true wealth is about who we're becoming, not what we own. It reminds us of that fundamental reality. We brought nothing into the world, and we cannot take anything out of the world. And that basic needs, food, clothing, should be enough for contentment.
Right. Which sounds challenging in our consumer culture.
It really does. So what does great gain actually mean here, especially when the world defines gain so differently?
That's a great question. And the devotional's take is really refreshing, I think. It's not saying we should all live in poverty or reject money entirely.
Okay.
Instead, this great gain is about being rich in other things like faith, love, generosity. It's cultivating this deep inner satisfaction that isn't dependent on your bank account or circumstances.
So an internal richness.
Exactly. Real abundance comes from your spiritual state, your character. The reflection points in the source really guide you towards focusing on godliness with contentment. And a key part of that is learning to be generous with what you already have instead of always chasing what you lack. It completely flips the script on what it means to be wealthy.
And the source, it looks at the wider context of 1 Timothy 6, too, doesn't it? It mentions things like instructions for bond servants, slaves, really,
Yeah.
which seems maybe a bit removed at first glance.
Yeah, it can seem like a jump.
But the point the devotional draws out is that this core message about contentment, about integrity, it applies across the board to everyone, no matter their social standing. It's about how you live and treat others, preventing exploitation.
Right, it's universally applicable wisdom.
And it also warns against false teachers, people who cause division, who are puffed up with conceit, and have this unhealthy craving for controversy and quarrels about words. How does that connect back to the money theme?
It's a really insightful connection the source makes. It shows that the underlying issue, this harmful craving, isn't just about money.
No,
The same kind of destructive impulse that fuels the love of money can also fuel, say, an addiction to being right, to arguing, to causing division.
so it's a pattern of unhealthy craving.
Precisely. The devotional points out these aren't just personality quirks. They stem from a similar place of discontent and lead to the same kind of negative outcomes Paul lists: envy, dissension, slander, suspicion, constant friction. It reveals how these different cravings for money, for status, for conflict are all kind of tangled together. They're different roots of the same disease. Even thinking that godliness is a means of worldly gain, as Paul warns against, is part of the same destructive pattern.
That interconnectedness is,
Yeah.
that's a powerful takeaway. It's not just about personal finance, is it? It's about our whole orientation.
Exactly. Our desires, our conduct, the consequences, they're all linked.
So bringing this all together, what does this mean for you listening right now, navigating your own life? This deep dive into 1 Timothy 6, using the Crave Jesus devotional as our guide. Well, it's really challenged us to see the line between money as a tool, which is fine, and the love of money as a master, which is dangerous. We've explored this alternative path, pursuing godliness with contentment, which sounds like it offers a totally different kind of gain, one that brings freedom from anxiety, focusing on who we are rather than just what we have.
Yeah, the central message seems pretty clear, doesn't it? Genuine contentment, real wealth, isn't found in just accumulating more stuff. It requires a pretty profound shift in how we see things, what we prioritize.
Right, a shift in perspective.
So it really leaves you with a question to ponder, doesn't it? In what areas of your own life, maybe subtly, maybe obviously, might money or just the pursuit of success be shaping your identity? Where might it be creating that low-level hum of anxiety?
Good questions.
And then, what would pursuing godliness with contentment actually look like for you? Not as some lofty idea, but as a practical choice, maybe starting this week. How could that change things?